In this video, I am going to do exercise 1 in the review of all pre-intermediate verb tenses, Central European Framework A2. So the tenses in these exercises will be present simple, present continuous, present perfect, past simple, past continuous, and using the present continuous, will, and be going to talk about the future. Exercise 1. Choose the correct verb tenses to complete the dialogues below. I would recommend that you pause the video if you want to think about your answers, because I'm going to give the answers straight away. Number 1, A says, what are you doing? What did you do? What do you do? Okay, we need to see what B said because all of those answers could be possible. B says, I'm a teacher, but... This has to be present continuous. I'm not working because of the time reference at the moment. So now we know A's question. What do you do? So what do you do, meaning what kind of work do you do? What is your job? Number 2, how many people were going, went, or have gone to the party last Saturday? So we need to look at the time reference, last Saturday. So it can't be present perfect because last Saturday is a past time reference. So it has to be went, past simple for a completed action in the past. And B says, I don't know, I was staying, have stayed, or stayed at home. Again, it can't be present perfect because of the time reference, last Saturday. So I stayed at home. Number 3, what will you cook? Do you cook or are you going to cook? Okay, we're talking about tonight. So it can't be do you cook because present simple is for habits, routines, and customs. So what are you going to cook tonight? And B says, I don't know yet. I'm undecided between I'm going to check and I'll check. And I'm going to say I'll check because I'm going to take this as a spontaneous decision that B made when A asked the question. Number 4, John is behaving, behaves, or has behaved. And the time reference is these days. So it's not present simple because behaves would be in general, usually. And it has to be is behaving, present continuous. These days is a time reference we use with present continuous. And B says, I know. I'm going to call him later to see if he's all right. It's not one of the options, but if this was really, it wouldn't be I'm going to call him later. It would be I will or I'll call him later. Number 5. Are you eating? Do you eat? Or are you going to eat that cake? Okay, if it was are you eating that cake, it would be like are you eating that cake right now? If it was do you eat that cake, it would be like usually. So it has to be are you going to eat that cake? And B says no, I'm full. So A says I'll eat it then. Spontaneous decision when B said that he or she was full. Number 6. A says, did you write, do you write, or have you written the contract for Mr. Scott yet? And the clue is here in the word yet. So it's present perfect. Have you written the contract for Mr. Scott yet? And B says, yes, I did it last night. It can't be have done because last night is a past time reference and we can't use a past time reference with the present perfect. Number 7. A says, were you or have you been in bed when I called you yesterday? Can't use have you been because yesterday is a past time reference and we can't use a past time reference with the present perfect. And were you being, we don't usually use the verb be in the continuous form when it is a state verb. So, were you in bed when I called you yesterday? No, I was working on the computer. Number 8. Who is winning, wins, or will win the next election in your opinion? Okay, the clue is here, in your opinion. So when we want to make a prediction about the future based on our opinion, we need will. Who will win the next election in your opinion? And B says, I have no idea, but what I know is that I am going to vote. Number 9. A says, when were you finishing? Have you finished? Or did you finish the composition? When did you finish the composition? B says, I was doing, did, or have done it yesterday. Okay, we need to look at the second part. While I, so this is while I was travelling home. So now this has to be, I did it yesterday while I was travelling home. Number 10. What time do you finish work? B says at 6 o'clock. So A says, okay, then and this is going to be, I'll call you at 6:15 because A decided to call B at 6:15 when B said they finished work at 6 o'clock. So, spontaneous decision. How well did you do? What was your percentage? Write your score in the comments below this video. In the next video, I'm going to do exercise 2. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'd like to say a big thank you to the team at Test English for allowing me to use their material to record videos to put on YouTube. Thank you.